These Duskmourn House of Horror previews are just staples. Let's take a look. Hey everyone, my name is DJ, this is the Jumbo Commander YouTube channel, and today we're taking a look at some Duskmourn previews. And there is an amazing trend of supporting strong creature strategies. These are cards that our decks really need, and I want to take a look at a few of them right now, but I'm just stoked for this entire set. Let's take a look at some new EDH staples. First up is Enduring Innocence. Enduring Innocence is 1 white for an enchantment creature, Sheep Glimmer. It's a 2/1 lifelinker. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. When Enduring Innocence dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. This shares a lot of similarities with some strong card draw effects we already have in white. Think of Welcoming Vampire, which is highly and heavily played and really performs well in those style of decks. The problem is that it's a creature and it's just vulnerable sitting out there on the battlefield. And in order to trigger it, we have to play more creatures, commit more things to the battlefield, which leaves us vulnerable to be blown out by a board wipe, which is pretty ubiquitous in Commander. And so we're stuck. We either play cards out to draw cards or we hold on to them and we're not developing or drawing. But Enduring Innocence solves this problem because we play it, we keep playing to the battlefield, we keep drawing cards, and then when we get that board wipe, it becomes an enchantment. And as an enchantment, we can play the cards that we have stored up and then keep the engine going, like keep drawing cards. It saves our strategy and allows us velocity to keep going in the face of other people's interaction. And another card that supports this whole style is Enduring Curiosity. Enduring Curiosity is 2 blue for a 4/3 enchantment creature, Cat Glimmer. It has Flash. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. When Enduring Curiosity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. Oh my gosh, this is just an upgrade on all of the other effects. Think back to Coastal Piracy, and this just blows that out of the water. Of course, we have newer versions that have other effects on it, Biden of Thassa or the Indomitable, but Enduring Curiosity is the best version we've ever seen. And for similar reasons that we talked about with Enduring Innocence. First off, Flash is nothing to scoff at. Being able to flash this in after your opponent goes no blocks to your silly attacking army and you suddenly draw a bunch of cards is great. I am so excited for both of these cards to just immediately slot them into existing Commander decks. My Felix 5 Boots already has some of these effects in there, and this is just gonna upgrade all of them so much more. I'm so excited. I'm really interested to see where the rest of this cycle goes. We already have Enduring Tenacity. Enduring Tenacity is 2 black for a 4/3 enchantment creature, Snake Glimmer. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. When Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. I think this is going to be great in the Sanguine Bond, Exquisite Blood style life gain decks, the veto decks, out there. And so it's definitely going to be a staple, but just in a much more narrow category than the other ones which I'm talking about, which is just creature-based strategies. All right, let's wrap up with one more creature powerhouse, and that's Tyvar. Tyvar the Pummeler is 1 green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Elf Warrior. Tap another untapped creature you control. Tyvar the Pummeler gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. 3 green, creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So this is a repeatable pump effect that's variable depending upon how big your board is, but you can just sink as much mana as you want into this and your creatures just get massive. We are missing some sort of evasion, like a lot of effects like this that are instants and sorceries grant trample, but honestly, having it be repeatable on a creature, one that can go in your command zone, and one that has protection. Azuri Renegade Leader has kind of fallen out of favor when it comes to elf decks. I know that Lathril is just a way more powerful elf commander, but there is something to be said about a 3-mana elf that just has a big pump effect attached to it. Azuri's heavily played in elf strategies, and Tyvar has more universal appeal because it just pumps all of the creatures. So I could see it definitely having an inclusion in a ton of different creature-based strategies. So with a first look at Duskmourn, we see a bunch of just staple cards that are going to make certain decks, specifically ones that revolve around creatures, just so much more resilient and honestly just able to hang with the mass board wipes and the interaction that other decks bring to the table. I am so excited for this set. Stay tuned for more coverage of Duskmourn, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye-bye.